Yeah. Okay, team. Yesterday we discussed few keywords such as emulator. Okay, what is subsystem and what is MBS dash D tape. Okay, emulator subsystem dash D tape. Okay, so we discussed all of them in yesterday's session, team. Okay, today we'll discuss more of practical part. So let me compare bit of mainframe with the Windows. I did on day one, the earlier, so I'm going to do again. So in Windows operating system, we have we have a XP older version of the operating system, and now we have uh, the XP is the operating system. What is the latest rating? 2010,
11,
11,
11, 11.
11, like that. Different operating systems are versions are there. Basically, the operating system we call as a Windows. In Windows, the versions are XP or Windows XP, Windows 2007, Windows 2010, Windows 2011. Okay. So when it comes to the mainframe, the older version of mainframe is MVS, multiple virtual storage, which is the oldest operating system. The latest one is G operating system. In that, there are versions are there. Okay, so I guess G11, G version 11, 12 something is there. Okay, so as a developer, nobody will ask us which version you are using. Worst case, very rare people ask that question. If you are working in the mainframe organization, that time you might require, but for developer, it may not be required. But still knowing, exploring is not wrong. So what are the storage devices? Storage devices, we have hard disk. Okay. In mainframe, storage device, tape dash D. Okay. So tape dash D. So in Windows or in your laptop, how your, where data will be stored in mainframe in the tape or dash D, direct access storage device. I gave the abbreviation yesterday. Then, so we have something called command prompt. Okay. So here we have something called TSO. Okay. So time sharing options is a subsystem. TSO is a subsystem in mainframe, which will help us to log on, log out from the mainframe, which using TSO subsystem, we can do login, we can do log out, we can do creating a file, creating things. How we do with the mainframe command prompt, we do the same with the TSO. Okay. So in Windows, we call as a folder. Okay. And we have something called Notepad. Okay. Let's talk about Notepad. In mainframe, we have something called data set. We have something called data set. Okay. Data set is nothing but we have a sequential file. Okay. I'll talk about that today. So sequential file is similar to that is Notepad. Okay. So then folder. Folder means we can store multiple notepads. Here we call as a PDS, partitioned data set. I'll give the stance in a while. PDS stance, partitioned dataset. PDS stance, partitioned dataset. So where you can store multiple sequence notepads, okay? Multiple notepads, right? So these are all the differences, okay? So even in Windows laptop also, while you are, if you set the password, you are supposed to do login with the, password, same way you have to do login with the password. Uh, okay, I told you already how to, we use emulator called Mocha TN3270. So don't buy this emulator, guys. Whoever officially they will provide, but personal training purpose, don't buy anywhere. If money is more is there with you, give it to me. But don't buy unnecessarily. Okay? Any situation, no need to buy this. This simulator is there for us, you no need to buy. So open Mocha Soft DN3270, scroll down and download. Once the download is done, double click next, 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 next. You have to complete the installation. You don't need to do any changes, option settings while installing. You don't need to change the options and so on. Okay. So for, if you buy, there are some features will be added, but for us, we no need FTP and so on. It's not required. Okay. This is something about emulator. Okay. So this is the emulator we use. Okay, see, Mocha TN3270 provides TN3270 mainframe generally 3270. So there is something called for AS400. Okay, you see that TN5250, it is to connect the AS400 I series operating system. But our target is TN3270. Mainframe means usually TN3270. Okay, and to install this emulator, you should have this operating system, Windows 7, Windows 7, Windows 10, 11, either 32 or 60-bit processor, and it should have .NET framework should be installed. Anyhow, you don't need to worry about all of them. Just download and install. When you get the error, then we can look into that while it is installing. So maybe if worst, I mean, if you are using oldest, almost 30 years or 20 years back laptop, then there is a problem, I guess. Okay. So if you are using XP, please see the download page. Okay. Download for different operating systems and different versions are there. For us, by default, you can go with this. Is it clear? This is an emulator concept of emulator. Now, as I installed the emulator, in fact, okay, for me, what happened, team, 30 days trial is over. 30 days trial is over. So I have to click on continue trial. Even after 30 days, you guys no need to buy. Don't click on buy now. Click on continue trial. So there is a temporary key will be generated, which is unique, and every time it generates one unique key. Don't need to note this temporary key. Myself, I am noting. I am not noting. Why you need to note? Because for your system, the temporary key is going to generate different temporary key. So this will be 635929997. Whatever it is showing on the top, you have to enter the same key in the bottom also. You have to enter the same also in the bottom. Is it clear, team? Any queries?
No, as far as now. No, sir.
Yeah. Okay, right. So after that, this is the way how you do logging. Okay. It is not a case sensitive. The commands are not case sensitive. In fact, even password also not case sensitive. You are not supposed to change the password. Okay. Don't change the password at all because it's not an exclusive ID for you. It is a sharing ID. So 5 to 6 people are using the same mainframe ID. That's why I gave the WhatsApp group. So, and I will share the password. I asked the admin to reset the password. I forgot the password. That's why I asked admin to reset it. Once he responds to me, I will, I know, I will immediately update the password in the group.
But all of us can't use it at the same time then, right?
Yes. Okay. Everyone will not able to use same time. Okay. Yes, you are right.
In that scenario, can we generate 2, 3 IDs so that all can work?
No, already I'm not using one ID for all participants. Okay. Already I have a two IDs. Okay. Regarding IDs, no, don't worry about it. Okay, we have around 5 IDs are there. Okay, we have a
Yeah.
5 IDs. That's not a problem. But you need to prove that we are using ID for 24 hours. Okay. So because I am sharing my past experience. So now the first 10 days people are very interested and they do more hands-on. Gradually it will start decreasing that, and some of them are from different countries also, so their time zone, your time zone is different, so their practice time, your practice time is different, because US people will do when you are sleeping or sometime like that, so that will not be a problem. If you getting more conflicting that when you are using three, let's say today you tried, somebody is using, tomorrow you tried, somebody is using, after 3 days, it is happening continuously for 4 days. The time when you're trying to use, same time people are using, you tell me, you notify me, I will immediately give an ID, another ID for to you. Okay. So ID point of view, you no need to worry, guys. Okay. Only the thing is how you are going to use minimum 3 hours to practice. Okay.
Yeah, okay, bro.
Yeah. So I'm very
Is there
happy.
any timeline that we have to log in for some time only? Is there any restrictions?
See, there is no restriction. Otherwise, I would have dropped an email. Only one
Oh,
restriction is that whenever you do login, say that I logged in. Whenever you do logout, you say that logout is done. This two, you should do it. Point
okay,
one.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah,
So
sure, sure.
that so that others can see your message. Okay, this guy is using. Let's wait for some time. Like that. Okay. That is a one thing you have to do for for better collaboration.
Clear, clear, sir. Clear, clear.
So anybody can use anytime, not a problem. Okay. I told you, right? Let's say Akbar is not Akbar, Apurva is using today. I tried to log in today. She also using sheet, and even last 3 4 days assume that she is using when I'm about to do login. So her timings of practice, my timings of practice is conflicting. You tell me, then we will change. One of them I'll change it to another group. I'll add another. I'll remove from that mainframe ID. I will add another. I'll create one more mainframe ID. Okay. Yeah. First 2 days, bit of confusion as everyone is new and everyone new to the group. So collaboration syncing will be take time, but proper communication is required in the group. Okay. And there are few guidelines, team. Don't share the meeting details to anyone, even they are in the same group. Okay. Even if they are in the same group, you are not supposed to share the meeting details, because if I'm not sharing means there are so many reasons for that. Okay. So maximum sometimes I do a mistake, but I'll try to compensate with him somehow, but don't share them. And if you face, let's say you are facing some issue, okay, you are having some issue, then you ping in the group, okay? Don't ping me separately. Venkat, I am facing this issue. Ping in the group so that if I don't respond, some senior people also there who are working in support project or operations and all, they can help you in the small things. That is how you will get a quicker response. Okay, I hope you got it. That is another intention of that group. Make sense? Good team, terms, conditions. Okay, usage is up to you, but I'll tell you eventually what if any exceptional cases if I find while you guys are using. That time I will guide you, instruct you in the class itself. Right. So log on. Now how to do log on, team? Log on. You see the syntax, okay? You don't need to remember, in fact. I will share the videos from today till you complete the TSO every day. Don't worry, okay? I'll share with you. Everyone, with everyone, because you should, because this is the first module, right? By seeing once you cannot remember. I will share the videos to you. As I told you the day one, for some of the topics I will give for entire TSOISP, because yesterday, day before yesterday, I talked about what is mainframe and all love theory, right? So you can also can explore and all. From here, you will get the videos. Yeah. Now enter logon. You can see that logon followed by your TSY ID. So the user ID, I gave it to you. So for Venkat DIS and Venkat E. Venkat E. So these two are there. Okay, these two groups as of now, two mainframe IDs I allocated for this batch. You will get other IDs also if it is required.
Okay.
Log on. So followed by, you see that in the example also, log on IBM user. I will give Venkat A. So I will use different ID. Venkat A. Hit the enter and it will ask you the password. I request you to monitor all the options.
Is the server a monoplex or sysplex, Venkat?
Sir, you are on mute, I guess.
Yeah. I'm talking to my kid. Yes. Yeah, somebody said monopole something.
Yeah, is this server a monoplex or a sysplex?
It is not monoplex or sysplex. It is a simulator. Okay. It is
Okay.
not, you don't feel that you are using a simulator. It works as real system.
Okay.
Yeah, Venkat, Girish here. One question I'm just relating to JCL. That ACCT, is it related to ACCT parameter in GCL?
Yeah, accounting information, right? Yes.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Mm. Accounting information programmer name. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Right. So this is the ID team. I will enter the password. When you are entering the password, it is not visible to you, anyone. So I entered the password. Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, it is visible in the form of stars. Once you enter the password, hit the enter button and you can see what time I logged in, last access time, and the current time. Now this is the current time, 9:53, according to the server. And this is the last time I logged in. And you will see some messages. You wait for a couple of seconds. You see IBM user and all. You don't need to worry about all of them. This is called a ready screen. What is this called?
Ready.
This is ready screen. So we call as a ready screen. Once you get this screen, after ready, you have to type ISPF. So type ISPF. Yeah. Any queries? Someone is saying something. So type ISPF, hit the enter. So wait for some time. Once you type ISPF, you will be landing on the this is called ISP primary option screen. So in the website, we call as a page. Here we call as a ISPF screen. We call as a screen. Now bottom you see that online. Okay, there is something called offline and online. Online means it is active. So this 4,14 means first number indicates on which row and which column. My cursor. So my cursor on which row, which column you can understand. Cursor. Now you see it is there on the 9th row, 52th column. Now I am placing here first row, third column. Whereas this one, third row, 31, 31st column. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you please repeat that again? I got network fluctuation. I missed that. Some 31 column and all.
It is just row and column. That's all. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The one you see in the bottom, right? The
Yeah.
first number indicates the row. The second number indicates the column.
Okay.
Row and column.
Okay.
Now, if you see top right side, not top right, on the screen, the middle of the screen, right side. So which user ID I used to log in? So if you forgot which ID you logged in, don't worry, you can see here. Okay. So usually you will get only one mainframe ID in the real time. In project, you will get one mainframe ID. Every user will get one mainframe ID. So here we are sharing because it is a cost involved. So I have to pay, for all these 3 months, I rent for these IDs. Okay. So people used to charge 2,500 rupees per month. Okay, that's why I could not able to give exclusively one ID. You know, right? If I give exclusively one ID for one candidate, so I have to pay half of the your course fees to that. So it's very difficult for you or for me to do that. So user ID, Venkat A. Okay, this is the ID I logged in. What time is now? The terminal 3278 terminal ID. The screen, this is the first screen. I'll tell you one example. How many pages are there now? How many tabs are there here, team?
2.
Tab 1, tab 2. Okay.
2.
Tab 1, tab 2. Now, how many tabs are here now? 3 tabs. 1,
3.
2, 3. Similarly, screen 1. So as of now, how many screens are there? Only one screen is there. I can open another screen. I can open another screen. Start command. This is called command. Whatever we type, this is called command. So there is a TSO commands, okay, and we call as them primary commands. Primary commands, one of them is start. Start. So start is the command. I'll type start, hit the enter, and you see that screen 2. Okay. How to go to the first screen? There is a function key. Press F9. Press F9. If I press F9, I'll be going to the screen 1. Okay. So like you can use Alt tab to go from one tab to another tab, Alt tab. Similarly, we use F9 and there are some shortcuts which I will talk about that later. Okay, now let me
F9 is to switch screens, right? From one to the other.
swap. That's what I said. Yeah, switch.
Swap.
Okay, basically we call as a swap screen, swapping or switch to.
Is F9. Alt is for which one?
Alt is I'm talking in mobile web page.
Mobile web page.
Sorry, the web page, website.
Okay.
Not here.
Chrome website.
Okay. 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 Yeah, I got it. Sorry.
Venkat
Okay.
ISP. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll give a bit of gap here and there because you need, by the time you get some breathe and be able to think things. Okay. Yeah. So on this screen, let's see the screen on different components. So I'll type PF show on. Right. Now you see that first one. This is called menu bar. What is called? Menu bar. Menu bar. So this is, okay, I will change the color. Screen name, screen title. So this is screen title. And the bottom which you are seeing, all are called function keys. So if you are new to mainframe, so far you would have not used thoroughly, and you did not use, I guess, even in fact myself also. We don't use function keys predominantly and regularly. So we use to change the volume of the laptop to decrease our screen display light and so on. But here the function keys are going to play the key area. So F keys, that is called function keys. So we have something called function keys. F1 help, F2 split, F3 exit, F4 they added something, we can change it. Okay. So whatever you're seeing, we are customizable. We can change them, but we go with the standard standard process, standard methodology, because what the real time, which function key use for what in real time, how they do, same way. Then you will be able to see these are all options. Okay, these are all options. Means if I want to go to the what do you call this next screen more, I have to type something on the command line. So this is called the one which is there here, right? This is called command line. Command line. Okay. All primary commands are TSO commands. We type here only, which I said start. Okay, which I said start, right? That will be here only. Is it clear? So these are all the different parts. And the option which you are seeing here, right? Settings, view, edit, utilities, the screen to screen, web page to web page is going to change. The same options may not be there on another screen. So let me clear all drawings. I'll go here. Now, example. So I want to see something additional IBM products. I have to type M on the command line. Type M, hit the enter. Okay. On command line, M. M indicates what? Here you see that more. It is not a TSO command. It is not a TSO command. It is an option of the ISPF primary. So very, very important. M is customized by this particular server admin. But in real time, M may not be there. Okay. But I can say initial, 6 to 7 are fixed. Okay. First 6 are fixed on any server. The first 6 options are fixed. Is it clear? Right. The
Yes.
last 9, 10, 11, M, N are might change. Depends on how they configured. And the other point, team, once I enter ISPF on logon screen, directly we are landing on ISPF primary option menu. In real time, before ISPF primary option menu, some other screen might be there. Okay, some screen might be there. So once you practice all of them, that will not be difficult at all. It will be easy to interact with the client system also. Okay, the screen navigation commands are same. Okay, see, in whatever I said, all the points are fixed. Okay, means client to client. It doesn't mean that Venkat, you are giving a training server, that's why you are saying all this. No. Okay, so in real time in the projects, the options, uh, here M is there. In a company, one client have some X, the other client in the same company, Y option will be there. So few options are going to vary because it is customizable. Okay, some of them are fixed. Yeah, is it clear? Now, so I am typing M. I want to see what are the additional IBM products. On command line, type M, hit the enter button. What you have to do? Hit enter, click on the enter button, click on the enter button. Now you can see that IBM products panel. Okay, IBM products panel. This is called now the screen name. And the menu bar options also, we got only 2. And you see the other part, the options are got changed. Okay, if I want to go to the something called spool, when if you know mainframe, you are aware that spool on the server m.5. So if I want to see, I want to execute SQL queries, 15. If I want to see the file manager, that is 13. And 7 ditto. Whatever I am highlighting now, underscoring I am highlighting, I'm going to cover all of them in our training. So DB to 9, file manager, ditto, SDSF. These are all we are going to discuss.
Venkat, TSO SAR also works for to view this pool, right?
Yeah.
TSO space SAR.
No, here it doesn't work. Okay, I don't think it works here. I don't think so.
The SAR
Because
thing varies from different project to project because SAR is like a purge queue or output queue which stores the output of the completed jobs in STSF, right? So that will be varies with project to my knowledge, right, Venkat?
correct, because it's not a standard SAR. Okay,
Yeah.
it is going to vary project to project. I agree. Yeah, right. Yeah. So this is a one. How I can go back to, okay, I went somewhere, right? Yeah, Now how we can go back to the previous screen? We need to type a function key called F3. So function key F3. So far we discussed F9. Okay, F3 is going back to the previous screen. So previous screen, like a backspace. Okay, so if I press F9 function key, you can see ISPF primary option menu. If I press F9, I can see something called IBM products panel. Now from here, I want to go back to the previous page from where I came to this page. So if I want to go there, press F3. Press F3. Okay. So this is how you can go back to the previous page. Now, I request you to don't customize anything. Keep it as it is. But I will tell you how to customize it. So there is a command called keys. What is the command we have? Keys. Type keys command. Hit the enter. So F1 is for help. F2 for split. What you gave here, it is visible there. I'll give ATD auto type. I'm giving Venkat. I know it is a meaningless, it's not appropriate, but it can be renamed it. Enter. I'll press F3. Now see F4 means Venkat, but actual background work for F4 is auto type. We have something called auto type that I'll talk about that later. So what is that command line? Primary command keys. So if I type a keys, we can type help. These are all label. Okay. Whatever you write, it will be visible. But when you press F1, according to it, it is going to work according to this definition. So you cannot change them because these are all the predefined keywords. Help, split, exit. Okay. Auto type. These are all predefined. Where these are all labels are user defined. We can customize as per our choice. The names. Okay. Now F3 usually we keep on any server as a going back to the previous screen. But I can keep exit for F5 also. That is not a standard approach. Okay. That is not a standard approach. So we don't do that part. Is it clear? So I'll press F3. This is how you can see that keys. What is the command I typed? Keys is the command. So anyhow, I share the video, go through once again, execute one by one who are new to mainframe. Then, so now command line is there on the top. Okay. Some of your friends, colleagues might be typing these commands in the bottom of the screen. So this line, how I can bring this line to the bottom. So there is another command we have. There is another command we have. Settings. Settings. So type settings. Enter. You can see that option. Now, can you tell me where I have to do changes? I want answer
The
from
first
new
one.
people. I
Command
want
line
answer from the new people who are new to.
Oh, command line at the bottom.
The forward slash and the command line at the bottom.
Yeah, so you have to type. So if you give a slash, you see that. Enter a slash to select. You want at the bottom and give slash. Hit the enter button. And you can see. So
Okay.
So we have a keys is there, setting is there, all of them we can type here. So basically we moved from top to bottom, but I'm very much comfortable, much comfortable with the typing and keeping on the top. So I'll go back to, I'll remove this. I can go. The beauty of this, I can do 0. Okay. Either I can type a settings command. If I use a settings command, I can go to that page anywhere on the on any screen. But if I use a 0, so 0 is only valid on the ISPF primary option menu. So I can type a settings or 0 on the ISPF primary option menu. So I will type 0, hit the enter, and I will remove this slash so that the command line will come to the bottom, top, enter. I'll press F3 to going back to the previous screen. Any queries? Any queries so far?
Do we have any other predefined case apart from what you show? Like the help. So similarly, if you see in SDSF, we could see F12 is like the predefined command what I used earlier in my project. So do we have any other predefined commands like our keys you showed us, right? That
Yeah,
keys
we'll
must be
discuss.
okay.
No, we'll discuss slowly one by one.
Okay, okay. So as far as now, we are good. I am good.
Right. Okay. So, okay. Now, I don't know how many screens I opened, right? If I want to know how many screens are opened, so I'll say swap list, enter. So you can see that how many screens are opened. You can see 1, 2. Okay. How many screens are opened? How do you know? I'll press F3 to going back to the previous screen. Swap list. I'll type again, swap list, enter. Okay. Now I can see that there are 2 screens. One means my current cursor on the first screen. Hyphen means when I press F9, it will go to the second screen. I'll press F3. I'll go to the spool. Forget about guys who are new to mainframe. Forget about what is a spool. Okay. Spool is like a one page. You call as a page. Screen. Start. I'll type M dot. M means, okay, I'll go step by step. Start M means I'm going to the M option. Okay, first start means when I type a start, it will open the ISPF primary option menu. You can see that. How do you know it is a screen? Third screen. From here, I will go to M, more. Then I will type 15, that is a DB2. Enter. Okay, now you can see swap list, enter. How many screens are there? 3 screens are there, 3 screens. So star means current cursor on third screen. If I press F9, the cursor will be on the first screen. Is it clear?
Venkat, how many screens can work in the same time? 7?
No, more than that. More than 9, 8 or 9, 8 or 9.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay. Right. So I'll press F3 to going back to the previous screen. Like this, we can see the how many screens are opened. So to see how many screens are open, we use swap list. So like that, there are so many comments are there. We will be covering all of them in the further session. Now, I did something here. I want to do logout. Okay. So we use equal X to close the screen, to close the screen. Like if you ask me, we use cross button, right? To close the chart button, I'll use a cross button. To open the Google, I'll use a cross button. Don't do that cross button here. You have to do a proper logout. I'll tell you one small example. Okay. If you simply do this, Okay. If you close like this, it doesn't log out automatically. So it remains logged in only. It remains logged in, and if you try to re-log in again immediately, it doesn't work for you. So you have to do a proper logout. I'm showing you that. Equal X, close the current screen. Equal X, close the current screen. Equal X, close the current screen, and you will get ready screen. Some other screen also will come. Today we did not get because you did not do anything with the data set. Later stage you will get that also. So we need to type log off without any space. What you have to do? You have to type log off. Hit the enter button and you can see that logged off successfully. So this is how you can do log off properly. Yeah, is it clear, guys? How to do logout and login. So today we learned how to do login, how to do logout. I request you and everyone to remember. Let's say today now I am doing a login. Immediately ping that I logged in. Okay, and I logged out right after 30 minutes. You say that in the group, whichever group you belongs to, say that I logged out. Okay, that is only you have to follow every time. I'm not going to track how much time you used it. My intention is others will come to know who are using ID so that they will try to log in accordingly. Is it clear? Right. I'll do again log on. So log on. Again, I'll give ID Venkat A. Enter. So I have to enter the password. Password is not going to be visible. It will be masked with the star. And you bring S. Okay, guys. If S may not be there for you, if it is there, well and good. If it is not there, add S before reconnect. So later stage, you will come to know what is that. Enter. And you see that now progress time is 10:21. I guess at 9:50 we logged in. I logged out. And you can see logged out time also there on the top. And wait for some time until you get the ready screen. Type ISPF. Hit the enter. And hit the enter button. Wait for some time until you get the ISPF primary option menu. Now we are on ISPF primary option menu. So team, so far I explained you F3 function key, F9 function key, few commands, right? So what other commands? Okay, we can discuss.
Venkat, I want to add one more point. I'm not sure, like many of you with this team knows. So if we have multiple screens, we can use you can swap the screens. Like for example, you open 5 screens at a time. You are in screen 1. If you want to jump into the screen 3, you can just simply type with 3 and F9 together. That will take you to the screen 3. And if you want to route to screen 4 from anywhere, just go with numeric 4 with F9. That will take to fourth screen. Like that, we can swap the screens with this numer and then F9. That will be a easiest one. Am I audible?
Yeah. So anyhow, that I'm going to cover, okay?
Okay then.
So whatever you have said, I'm going to cover it. So because one F9 that will become more for the people who are attending first time, for them it will be a challenging, but that is a basic everybody should know. We'll teach
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me go something else team. I'll go to the more only. Let me try more. Yeah. So right side, you are able to see the plus. Here you are able to see plus. What does main team? Now you are able to see 16, right? So you are able to see 16. Plus means something is there on the bottom. How to see the next further bottom options? Press F8. Press F8. Now you see earlier you are not able to see 17. Now you are able to see. Now it changed to minus. It got changed to minus. The reason for that, there is no data or options on the bottom, but something is there on the top. Something is there on the top. Minus means top something is there. Plus means bottom is there something. I'll press F7 and you can see top data. Okay. This is something you should know. I'll take other option. By the way, let me take other step. F3. I'll use 3 utilities. Now you see that more plus is there on the third utility selection screen. And if I press F8, and again here also no plus means after 17 nothing is there. This will be the last one. If I have to press F7. So F7 up data. So F7 up data. F8 down data. So as simple as it's like a page down. F7 is page up. This will be easy for you to understand. F7 page up. Okay, you see that there is F7 backward, forward. I guess I can rename it by them. Page up, page down like that. So this is the one. I'll press F3 to go back to the previous screen. Then we have something called 3. Let's say I'll explain one by one. To do some changes, terminal and other parameter settings, we use 0 on ISPF primary option menu, but we don't use it. So today will be the first and last discussion on the 0. Already we had a discussion or something about it. That's all. Okay. We don't discuss something else on top of that. Then 1, I told you notepad is equal to nothing but data set. If I want to see the data content, I can type a 1. So type 1 on the screen, command line, hit the enter, and you can see some different options. These are all called parameter. What we call parameter. P-A-R-A, parameter. This is called parameter. So these are all the parameters here. This is the parameter all. We'll come back to this eventually later. I'll press F3. And you can see 2 if you want to modify the data in an existing data set. I don't use notepad going forward. We use a data set. I'll talk about different types of data sets later. 2, edit. Okay, 2, edit. To modify the data in existing data set, we use 2. I'll press F3. 3 is the one. If I go to the third, this is we are going to use predominantly. So if I select it 2 on the third, I can allocate a data set, nothing but creating a file. I can rename the existing file name. I can delete the file. There is something called catalog, uncatalog. I'll talk about that later stage tomorrow. And if I want to see the attributes of the file, you like a let's say display information means I want to know about this file. I right click on the file, show more options, properties. So what you will see, where it got located, how much data is there, and when got created, and when it is modified, when it got accessed. So I accessed on 16th January. From there, I did not access. So this is called information about that particular notepad. So if you want to see that, we use display information. Okay, 3 is basically to copy the data from one data set to another data set. If you want to copy the data from one data set to another data set, we use it. and 4 DS list. If you want to print the, if you want to see the more dataset names and all, for that we use 4. And I request you to later 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't explain them. You guys can start exploring it later, not now, after 3, 4 days. Once I explain datasets, you can start exploring and doing hands-on 3.12, 3.3, 13, 3.14, 15. When I was searching a job 15 years back, this 13, 3.12, 3.13, 14, 15 interview question. Okay, they used to ask what is super C, what is the super CE, differences between them, what is search for, what is the search for E. So that time, it is one of the frequently asked question in an interview. But nowadays, nobody is bothering, nobody is asking. You may be using those options. Okay, very useful, handy options, like a searching the item. Okay, what we do?
Uh,
Super, yeah.
but when we do a compare using both the options 12 and 13, so what is the extra things which the 13 option provides?
There are some no additional features are there with the 13 extended. You see, right? Extended means some more, what you call wild character options. More options are there. More options I can say. It's not same as these because you can do limited comparison with the 12, additional comparison with the more combinations, more conditions you can do with the 13.
What was option 1 and 2 in not in this screen but the previous screen? There was one view and two was edit. So was it one is used to view the file? It's the same as
Correct,
how
correct,
we.
correct, correct.
So then why do we use 3.4 when we have one? Simply one to do that.
We'll discuss. We'll discuss.
Okay.
Yeah, for some of them, I don't answer immediately. Doesn't mean that I'm skipping. I have to keep in my mind that there are some participants who are new to mainframe. Okay, so Sharik is from mainframe by his question. I can understand. He knows bit somewhere. Maybe all he is working. Okay, I guess you are aware, right? I don't know about you at all. No, I don't know about anyone. Okay, I did not take your introductions also. Okay, we had a just a conversation in the what do you call WhatsApp. You pinged me, I responded. Hardly out of 16 people, hardly spoken to 3 to 4, 5 people, and they called to get the details. Beyond, I did not ask more. Okay, but based on the question, I can say who is working on mainframe and all. So I have to keep in my mind that to manage, to think, to convey the things to all of them, experienced people, freshers. So some of the question I'll park, but we'll be covering. Don't worry. Okay, whatever you are supposed to get, everything you will get it. Yeah. Any other queries?
Hello, Venkat. I'm very new to this mainframes and all. Based on your video, I installed this mock emulator, but while connecting to the server, I'm getting this error. Like, sorry, cannot create a connection to the selected IBM mainframe.
Okay.